Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. That's Keira Knightley on the screen if you didn't recognise her. And the inevitable question, would I, if I was wealthy? Not a chance. She's 1 inch taller than me and she's happily married. Her husband is 2 inches taller than me and she's got 2 daughters with him. Plus, Keira comes from Teddington. In case you didn't know, Teddington is an affluent suburb in Greater London and it's a home of various celebrities, and the women in that area, they will all talk with a cut glass accent like Keira does. So even if I was super wealthy and she was single and we met at a social event, I wouldn't even approach her, because as soon as you open your mouth and say a couple of words, people like her have an idea where you come from. In my case, from Warrington in the northwest of England, and not down south amongst that lot. They tend to be quite snobby in Teddington, and I would stand out like a sore thumb, so I wouldn't even say hello to her or introduce myself, as they say in those circles, because Keira there, like Alice Eve, is brought up with high-value men in social circles that I've never even seen, let alone joined. So, I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, enough about Keira. As you know, the last couple of videos I've done about the sugar baby dating type of thing, and it seems to be a form of prostitution. So I've been having another look around to see if I can just move away from that. I found this. As you can see, it's Macklin and dating apps versus matchmaking. Now, dating apps, as you know, is overwhelmingly used by the vast majority of people, but even wealthy, affluent guys need to be careful with dating apps, or more specifically matchmaking, because even super wealthy guys can get done. If you drop down, it says, in the world of dating, the search for love has taken a digital turn with the rise of online dating platforms. However, traditional matchmaking, the age-old practice of having hand-picked potential partners, still holds its ground today. And dating apps, there's 1,500 dating apps available, from mainstream apps to niche platforms to cater to specific interests. And a new study in America found that 55% of adults aged 18 to 54 admit to lying on their online dating profiles. They don't say what sex, most commonly lying about their age, interest and hobbies, as well as height. Users will exaggerate to the extent that they feel others are exaggerating or deceiving. And then the risk of misrepresentation, algorithmic influence. Algorithms play a significant role in online dating and can result in individuals being negatively impacted or lost in the vast sea of potential matches. And then we have matchmaking. Traditional matchmaking saves time by providing hand-picked matches tailored to your preferences. So a guy, he can have a shopping list for what women he wants and they'll match it. But remember, the women initiate 80% of divorces, so the women can be quite predatory, you could say. And if they get a rich guy, sooner or later they could divorce him and take half his stuff. Now, matchmaking has a global reach and confidentiality. As I said, wealthy guys who have to resort to matchmaking have got to be careful. Dropping back to this one that I covered last week, matchmaking, Millionaire Match. the world's largest millionaire dating, matchmaking and business networking site. To join it, you have to be earning over $300,000 a year. And it says this at the bottom: sugar daddy or sugar baby relationships are strictly prohibited. As I commented, I think sugar baby, sugar daddy is a form of prostitution. So if you drop down, it says, our diverse clients and professionals, executives, entrepreneurs, lawyers and investors alongside high net worth individuals, i.e. millionaires and multimillionaires, including celebrities, influencers, millionaires and billionaires. Well, there's only 3,000 billionaires on the whole planet. So this millionaire matchmaking service could be quite popular amongst them. Not. Now, I've looked around, and this is a escort site, a high-end one. But if you drop down, you said, our clients are affluential businessmen who expect the very best. Royalty, Fortune 500 CEOs, chief executive officers, entrepreneurs, doctors, lawyers, celebrities, entertainment moguls, aristocrats and politicians. Notice the similarity in wording to this. Our diverse client includes professionals, executive, entrepreneurs, Now, this is specifically not a matchmaking site. It's for a rich guy in the top 1% or 110% who is single and he has options, but he doesn't want to go through the process and the rigmarole of going through a matchmaking service for a companion. He has options. He doesn't really need to get married otherwise, unless he wants to start a family, but in his position he can afford to be picky as much as a woman can be picky, because he has options, his wealth, plus he doesn't really have the time. So if he wants a female companion, he goes to a site like this. Now if you drop down, you got all the sales talk, a word salad. Also, you notice they don't lay out the site very well. There should be a gap there, a gap there. No gap. It's a wall of words, which is off-putting. It doesn't show they're that professional. Now, these ladies, this one and this one is in New York. It's $2,000 per hour. Now, this is another site, but it's not what it seems. Mint models, discreet international travel companions. If a wealthy guy wants a lady on his arm for social events, he goes to a place like this. Premium model escort agency. And we have more word salad. Mint Models Escort Agency is a trusted and worldwide renowned name in refined companionship. Notice the word world renowned. We've long been preferred by international gentlemen who value in authenticity, timeless refinement and high quality. Bespoke, discreet, muse agreements in the selective, successful gentleman by appointment only. So, it goes down, all what they think, established 1991, over 30 years experience, yada 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 yada. The excellent quality, tattoo-free, substance-free, intelligent, articulate. Career professionals, successful women pursuing full-time careers. If she's pursuing a full-time career, what is she doing working for a site like Mint Models? Worldwide service available in 50 national premium destinations. Personal touch. Excellent bespoke matchmaking, you notice. not an endless database. So it's more of a high-end version of this. Now, Mint Models difference, 30 years in excellence. All this is sales talk. Now, it comes in 3 flavors. Model Gallery Preview, Platinum Ladies, Diamond Ladies, and Red Diamond, and the corresponding price. Our Mint Models, our Red Diamond models, embody the pinnacle of exceptional companionship. They are meticulously selected for their unparalleled beauty, I can believe that. Intelligence and charisma, I can believe that. Ensuring that every selected gentleman enjoy an unforgettable, warm and exquisite, enchanting companion experience. Now if you click on that, you go to the gallery. You notice they're all blurred. She's 26, she's 5'7", and she's 113 pounds. That one, she's 26, she's 5'9", and that one is 25, and she's also 5'9". Now, these women are in the prime. What are they doing working for a site like Mint Models when they could be joining a site like this to get matchmaking with a large millionaire dating matchmaking and business networking site? Now, the price of these, if you drop down, is this. As you can see, there's 3 categories: platinum, diamond, platinum, and red diamond. To it, the price of a guy who is wealthy is $8,000 to $15,000 just probably for introduction, probably per hour. If you go at the middle, it's $20,000 to $35,000 per hour. Or if you're going for a red diamond, it's $40,000 to $80,000 plus per hour. Now, as you see in the previous one, these are all the blurred, but they have a Instagram site because I've been having a look around. 167 posts, 152,000 followers, following 42. And you can see they're unblurred photographs, but these could be just stock photographs. What you see is not necessarily what you get. It's called bait and switch. So I had a look around for Mint Models, and it's not an American site, it's an Australian site. Hospitality, it's 1 to 10 employees. Foreign name, foreign name, foreign name. Let's have a see what that brings up. Director of Mint Models in Sydney, explored more, yada 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 about it. Now, he gives a business address. Let's see what, let's go on Google Earth. I like Google Earth. It gives you a chance to see what the place actually looks like. And paste. And away you go. Based in Sydney. And Street View. A place called Darling Park office block. So somewhere in there is the office headquarters of Mint Models, a escort agency. Now, for such a successful business, it's making under 5 million Australian dollars per year. So, hospitality, what does that bring up? Nothing. Oh, yeah. It's similar to all these companies, but it's essentially an escort site. Whether the client has sex with these ladies or not is anyone's guess, but it's similar to this and similar to this, and it's a matchmaking site that this goes on to. All boils down to, I'm getting at, is rich successful guys, they have to be careful, because sites like this, this and this are not to be trusted, and it's more or less a sham for guys getting together with expensive ladies who will take the money, and he'd be more better off if he's staying on his own. Plus, guys that can afford women like her generally are married, and they don't need to go into these sort of things, and especially getting this to get a successful matchmaking and business networking site, because the circles which really successful guys move in, you don't need to use these kind of things. Only single guys, but single guys can pick up women because they have options and they don't need to do it. It's all a case of caveat emptor, but let the buyer beware. You could go on this and you could get matched up with somebody, and 2 years later she'll divorce you and take off your stuff. I'm sorry it's a bit iffy, people, but I didn't really find much at all over the weekend on the MGTOW, perspective. So I thought I'd just finish off this matchmaking and the sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship, which is a form of prostitution. But this site and this site are also a form of prostitution, even though it's a more upper class, the legally blocked form of sex work. I personally would never touch a site like this or this, as what you see is not necessarily what you'd get, even if you could afford it and you're a rich man in all these countries. Anyway, I'm thinking well over the 20-minute mark now, so just beware. What looks appealing is not really appealing, and you have to be careful in today's dating marketplace, as otherwise you'll get done out of whatever money you've got. Right, you know the routine, people. Like, subscribe, these thumbs up, thumbs down, wherever it takes. You know it's completely up to you, so until next Monday, it'll be on a totally different subject. So that's it from me. Bye-bye.